Today we do something called what? Mixed fractions. Mixed fractions, okay? So let's start by, so we know that any fraction, technically, any fraction is basically what? A number on top of another number, like 6 over 8, 8 over 3, regardless of which number is what? Bigger or smaller, okay? However, so whenever some number over some number. However, sometimes, listen up, sometimes when the bigger number or when the number on top is bigger, like the case of what? 8 over 3, 543 over 432. This could be it's still a fraction, but it could be made into what we call a mixed fraction. Okay, so a mixed fraction. So let's start. So a mixed fraction is anything like 8.5, for example. This is one of the many choices for a what? For a mixed fraction. Why is it mixed? Because it is mixed between what? Look, everyone, there is a number by itself, and next to it there's a what? There's a fraction. Next to it, that's why they call it a mixed fraction, because it's not a pure one like this one. This is a pure fraction. This is also a pure fraction. Another pure one. Another pure one. Those are just fraction or normal fraction. Okay? The mixed fraction is when you have a number next to a fraction. All right? Or like this one, 16 and 3/4, or 43 and 5/7. Okay? And so on. Anything that looks like this is called a mixed fraction. Okay? So let me show you the filled in part here. Okay, so everyone, so a mixed fraction is a what? Is a number, is a number. Go ahead, copy that. And a fraction. Go ahead. So a mixed fraction is called mixed because it mixes a number, like a single number, like the 8 and the 16 and the 43, and a fraction. In this case, 1/2. In this case, 3/4. In this case, 5/7, and so on. Okay, so that's why it's called a mixed fraction. Our job today, before I keep going any further, our job today is what? Is to show you how you can be given, a mixed fraction and make it look like a normal fraction, or be given a normal fraction and make it look like what? A mixed fraction. Basically, start from either end or start from either side and go to the other one. Okay? All right. So, what is, sorry, right here. Okay. So, how do you change? How do you change? How do you change a mixed fraction to a normal fraction? In other words, how do you know, for example, that? Okay, so let me show you some examples here. All right, everyone, let's go to the table. Okay, how can you prove, everyone? How can you prove that 8.5, 8.5 is the same as 17 over 2? Remember, whenever you want to check fractions, what can you use? Come on. Whenever you want to check your work with fractions, sometimes you can use what? Yep, right? You can. You can use what? You can use your calculator to calculate the what? To calculate the decimal part or the decimal look of it. Okay? So my question is, what is 8.5 as a decimal? Well, 8.5, at least you put the 8. Look, everyone. 8. Sorry, right here. 8. And then mixing between what Ty and Sarah said, you use a calculator to find the decimal. So you go here, everyone, and you write what? 1 over 2. So you don't have to do it, I'll do it. 1 divided by 2 gives you, not a surprise, a half. So 8.5 is like 8.5. Okay, how about 17 over 2? Well, that's straightforward, going to the calculator to find the decimal. So 17 divided by 2. Ladies and gentlemen, same number. The fact that two things gave you the same decimal means those two things, even though they look different, look, this looks different than this, but eventually, or they are actually the same thing. So 8.5. Okay, let's do the next one. How can you show me that 16 and 3/4 is really the same as 67 over 4? Yep. So 16 is 16. Now, what's the deal with 3/4? Well, 3 divided by 4 is 0.75, like a decimal 0.75. So this guy is just what? 0.75. All right. How about 67 over 4. You know it has to be the same thing. Otherwise, there's no point of teaching this. 67 divided by 4, 16.75. And finally, 43 over 5/7. Now I have to warn you here. 5 over 7 is not going to turn into what? A nice decimal. It's going to be an infinite one. Yep. So obviously, I don't have a choice with the 43. I'm going to write it point or dot, but let's say point. 5/7. Ready? 5/7 is all of this. 5 divided by 7. Yeah. So, by the way, you can tell that even though it never ends, can someone see how it repeats? If you focus on it, you can see how every few numbers it repeats the same thing. Look, let's say okay, there's an 8. Okay, 8 5 7 1 4 2. 8 5 7 1 4 2. 8 5 7 1 4 2. What does that mean? It's an infinite decimal, but at least you can actually what? You can know how to repeat it forever. You just have to find the building block. It starts at copying and then just copy it. So apparently your building block that repeats are 8 5. By the way, not all fractions do this. Oh, sorry, decimal. Some 8 5 7 1 4 2. 8 5 7 1 4 2. It will never end. 8 5 7 1 4 2. 8 5 7 1 4 2. So it starts right here. Oh, interesting. There's a 7 1 4 2 here, but doesn't have the rest. Okay. I'm just saying it's an infinite decimal. How many should I take? I'll take 2 decimals. So I'm going to stop right here, everyone. I'm going to stop at the 1, which means the 4 is not going to round. So 0.71. All right, let's see what's 306 over 7. Obviously, you might ask me, how did you know that that fraction is equal to 306 over 7? That's what I'm going to teach you today. I'm just proving to you that they are the same now. 306, 306 divided by 7. Guess what? Same thing. 43.7142. 857142. 857142. 857142. You keep going forever without stopping. So it's 43.71. Okay, so now at least we know what? We know that we can check our answer by switching both fractions to decimal. If they are even the slightest, like they have the slightest difference, go back. You might have what made a mistake with switching one of them to the other. Okay, all right. So everyone, I want to go, just like rounding, I want to go through both rules with you. So pencils down. You don't have to copy anything. It's already filled in for you. And then we're going to flip the page and do examples. So let's read, everyone. Let's read the first rule. So below are the steps we need to know to switch a mixed fraction to normal or switch a normal fraction to mixed. So let's focus on the first one, which just happens to be switching mixed to normal. So that's what I like to say, mixed going to normal. Okay, everyone, pencils down. I'm actually going to dim the light so you can see brighter and clearer. Just this. Yes. Okay. So a mixed fraction, everyone, a mixed fraction always will look like, I chose to call the first number A, call the top number B, call to the the bottom number C. Okay, I could have called it B, A, C, but obviously I'm just going with the same as the English language. A, B, C, like 8.5, 16 and 3/4, and so on. You got the idea. So step number one, just again, don't copy, just keep looking here. Step number one, multiply the number A by the what? By the denominator C. So that's step number one. Step number two, whatever you got when you multiplied, so the result, A times C, add that result, A times C, to the number B. So the first thing, you have to focus on those two. Everyone, you have to focus on those two. Then you combine them with the top one. You combine them with the top one. Step number three, which is the final answer, you're done in 3 steps. Write the final answer as whatever you got from the multiplication plus B, so you added it, all still over C. So let me actually show you basically, everyone. Again, pencils down, just keep looking at this. Let's actually run this theory against this one. Look, everyone, can someone tell me which one is A, which one is B, which one is C? You can look at your notes. Yeah, Ty, go ahead. Of these three numbers, 8 is A. By the way, labeling will help you out. So go ahead, Ty. 8 is A. 1 is B. 2 is C. This is how any, literally any mixed fraction looks like. A, B, and C. A is the first, B is the top, C is the bottom. Okay? Now let me compare this to this equation. Apparently, look everyone, I have to multiply A by C first, and then add B to that, and finally just have the C join them right here. So let's see. Apparently my first number has to be A. Is it? It sure is. This is indeed the A. Times 2. What is 2? 2 is the C. Plus what? Plus 1. 1 is the B. I am exactly following this thing to the letter. And obviously this one is again C. So this is the answer. Which, did we prove that this is the answer? Yes, we did. Remember, everyone? Look, eyes on the screen. We did prove up here. Yep. We did prove that 8.5 is the same as 17 over 2. We did prove that 8.5, or sorry, 8.5, I should say, is the same as 17 over 2. All right, let's keep checking the other ones. So I'm going to put a check mark, sorry, a check mark here. All right, next. How about here? Which one is my A? Delete. Which is what? 16. So everyone, A is 16. Which one is B? 3 is B, which only leaves C to be this one. Okay, let's look at the equation. Everyone, oops, sorry. Let's look at the equation. I'm going to have them on the same screen. There we go. A times C. So this must be A. This must be C. This must be B. And it's the same number here, so this must be C. Yep, we did prove that 67 over 4 is 16 and 3/4. And finally, this one. So A must be 43. B must be the 5. C must be the C. So it's A times C plus B over C, which we again proved with decimals, that this one is the same. It will never change. Every single time it's like that. Now, because I want to do the exercise with you fresh instead of covering a method 2, go ahead, flip the page, everyone. Let's actually do the first question. Because the first question is what? Is giving you convert or switch mixed fractions to normal fractions. You can check your answer by using decimals. So that's at the end. All right. So I'm gonna do, in the same habit of giving you homework, there are 6 here. I'm gonna choose random 3, and I'm gonna assign you the remainder, the other 3. So I'm gonna do this one with you, and then I'm gonna skip to this one, and then I'm gonna do the last one. Okay. Can someone tell me what's my first step? Actually, before that, you what? You label. You have got to tell yourself. By the way, if you jump straight to the equation without labeling, I can't give you. Sorry, I can't take marks off. But obviously, whenever you label, you can get part marks if things don't go super well at the end, and you basically give yourself an attack plan, like a blueprint. Okay. Obviously, A is 9. Sorry, I don't want to put it down here because you might think this is this 9. Nope. A. I'm gonna make it thinner. There we go. A is this 9. B is this one. C is this guy. So apparently, the equation, as we know, is this. A times C, and then individually or at the end, you add plus B over C. Okay? So you're going to say equals A is 9. Here's the 9. times b is 1. So here's the 1 plus, oh, my bad. I made a mistake. I'm supposed to multiply a by what? See, that's exact. By the way, this was not a mistake on purpose. I told you sometimes I make mistakes on purpose. No, this was an honest mistake. And if I did it, imagine what you could do. And I did it even with labeling. So a times c, here's the a, here's the c. Yep, 9 times 9 plus 1 over c, which is 9. Okay, we're almost done. Equals. I'm going to erase this a little bit and just make it smaller. What's 9 times 9? 81 plus 1, all divided by 9. And now I can finish my calculation by saying 82 over 9. Done. That's it. Let's check using decimals. All right. So on my last line, I'm going to run my check. So 9 and 1/9 is equal to what? Well, I don't know. Well, it's 9 point something. I know that. I just need to know what's 1 over 9, as Jalil said. So here's 1 over 9. Everyone, 1 divided by 9. By the way, 1 divided by 9 is an infinite decimal. Infinite. There we go. It's an infinite string of ones. I'll take just a couple of ones. So 9.11, like 911. Okay. How about what we claim to be the correct answer? 82 over 9. All right. What is that? 82 divided by 9. Check it out, everyone. It's going to give me this number again. Look, eyes on the screen. It's going to give me, sorry, 82 divided by 9. Yep. So we are correct. By the way, you never have to check. Okay. First of all, I'm not going to waste your time making a part of a question saying, show me the check. Like, show me that you got the right answer. I recommend you do it a few times until you actually master the way to do it. Okay? So the way I'm going to do this one is that I'm going to try to keep them both on the same screen. So you can see it's the exact same amount of work and the exact same way. All right? I need to label. So A is 2, everyone. A is 2. B is 7. C is 12. Okay, so my equation will never change. It's A times C, and then plus B by itself on the side, all divided by C. Okay, so this mixed fraction is equal to, all right, it's A, so it's 2, times, it's C, so it's 12, not 7, it's 12, plus B is 7, all divided by C, which is 12. All right, almost there. 2 times 12 is 24, plus weighting 7 over 12, which means my final answer, 24 plus 7 is 31. 31 over 12. All right, let's check with decimals, which is something you should do, not must do. Okay, so what is 2 and 7/12? Well, I just need the 7/12. So 2, whoops, my bad. 2 and 7/12. So it's 2 point something. What is that point something? Well, that's 7 divided by 12. I believe that's an infinite number. No, wait. Yes, it is. 5, 8, 3, 3, 3, 3 forever. All right, no problem. I'll pick a 5 and an 8 and a 3. So a 5, an 8, and a 3. Okay, let's now divide what we claim to be the correct answer. I'm just going to squeeze this a little bit. Just more. Yes. Now I'm going to divide 31 by 12. 31 by 12. Well, guess what? it has to be the exact same thing. 2.58333 forever. 2.583. Okay? So I hope you're seeing that it's really the exact same kind of work, just different numbers every time because, well, what's the point of giving you the same numbers every time? Okay? Waste your time and mine. All right, let's do the last one in this table, which is this one under it. All right, label again. So A is 21. Oops. A is 21. B is 3. C is 8. Again, write your equation. Yes, Mac? Yep. Okay, so, oh, I forgot. Please, okay, I forgot my equal sign. Yep, Max got it all the way to the end. So 21 times the C, which is the bottom part, which is 8, plus a weighting 3. It doesn't get touched until the end of the calculation, over 8, which is, yep, 168 plus, yep, exactly. So now go into blue. Yep, 171 over 8 equals 21,375. Nice. Although a slightly longer decimal, but at least it stops somewhere. So 21.375. I'm going to squeeze it. Yeah. And then the next one is 21.30. Sorry, not point. I mean fraction. 21 and 3/8. Hey, again, look. 21 is 21. At least you know you're on the right track. And if you divide just 3 over 8, you are going to get the decimal 375. Yep. So 21 point. Okay, wait. Okay, 375. You see, it never fails every single time. Okay, so that's how we switch between one and what? Between a mixed fraction, sorry, not between, from a mixed fraction, to a single or a normal fraction. So this is how you go from three numbers, look, from A, B, C to just two numbers, something on top, something at the bottom. Okay? All right. Now we do the harder part. It just happens to be by the nature of it. It is the harder part of the what of the two parts, which is going from this guy, everyone. Now we're gonna be given things like this, where the top number is bigger. Otherwise, we don't have a problem. Bigger number is on top, and somehow we have to. Did you see the projector shape? Yeah. Okay. Oh, everyone, look. As my habit of always giving you websites to use. So let's choose this. Let's go to this website. How do you click? Open link. All right. Here's okay. What was the first fraction we did? The mixed fraction. It was 9 and 1/9. Look, everyone, you just have to put 9. Everyone, look, 9, 1, 9. What answer did we get? What single fraction did we get that also was equal to that? Like, what was our final answer for that problem? 82 over 9. So I'm going to hit calculate, and I will get the exact same answer. 82 over 9. Okay, so please make sure that instead of using decimals sometimes to check, if you don't want to, and if you're already like online, just go to this website that you have the link right there in your notes and keep checking your work every time. Awesome. I already posted the solution. Okay, so everyone now pencils down, and let's go to the other method. And it needs you to really focus because it's a few more steps or slightly few steps than this one. Okay, so pencils down and let's read this one. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is go reverse. Is start from a normal fraction like 82 over 9 and somehow go back to the mix. And by the way, you might ask, listen up, you might ask, Cynthia Miles, you might ask, what's the importance of knowing? I mean, why can't we just deal with one way? Okay, why can't we just always just say, you know what, we're always going to go from mixed to normal? Why do we need to know how to go from normal to mixed? Actually, normal to mixed is more relevant to real life than what, than the other way, and I'm going to show you why. So normal to mixed. So step number one, everyone, step number one, divide the top number, which is just called numerator, by the denominator. That's it. That's it. That's step number one. Literally, you have two numbers, divide them, or use a calculator, basically. Okay? You will find that you always get a decimal number. You will find that you always will get a decimal number. Okay, so that's step number one. Step number two, take the number before the decimal, and multiply it by the what? By the denominator. Multiply it by the denominator. Step number three. Again, I know if this is getting confusing or a bit of a longer process, it's okay. When you do examples, everything makes sense. So step number two, take that number before the decimal and multiply it by the denominator. Step number three, you take that result and you subtract it from the original numerator. We call that the remainder. Step number four, you don't do anything but write the numbers like this. Okay, everyone, pencils down. Just focus with me. The whole point of the second method is saying what? Everyone, let's say I have on me right now, how many people do we have? 9. We have 9 people. Let's say I have on me right now $50. Okay, everyone, eyes on the screen, $50. And I want to divide it equally by all of you. Well, here's a slight problem. Exactly. If I divide 5 by 9, 50 does not divide 9. 50 does not divide 9, which means what? Two things are going to happen. One thing is going to happen. I'm going to have to give you what? Some decimals. Like I'm going to have to give you dollars and some cents. Okay? The question is, listen up. What if I don't want to give you cents? I just want to give you as much as possible of dollars and retain the remainder to me. Retain the remainder with me. So the question now is, this is equal to what and what over what? That's the whole idea. I am now looking for the ABC. In the first question, I was given the ABC. Now I'm looking for them. Okay? So $50 divided by 9 people, how much can you give each person? Maximum, and then just remain with the smallest amount of money possible. I'll give you an example. If I really want to give you, listen up, everyone. If I want to give you all $50, such that each one of you gets the an equal amount to everyone and doesn't get any cents or any decimals, I will give you, every one of you will get only $5. $5. Okay? And I will keep how much? Why? Question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many people are in class? 9. My markers are dying. Everyone, eyes up here. 9 people in class. 9 people in class. Each one of you got how much? So how much money did all of you get from me? What's 9 times 5? $45. How much money did I have on me originally? If I had 50 and I ended up giving all of you, not each, all of you $45, how much do I get to keep? I had 50. I gave out $45. Ty? I got what? How would you know how much you get to keep? Why? Because I had 50. 45 went. Oh, come on. See? That's what this means. $5 for each and $5 for me. Everyone, this is your money or your individual money. This is my remaining money. Okay? So, everyone, let's see what's going on here. So, pencils down and let's just actually what? See what's going on here. We're doing the second part. Okay? All right. So, let's see going back in reverse. Okay. Okay, let me actually read from here. Everyone, eyes on me. So, step number 1. Sorry. Step number 1 says divide the numerator by the denominator. Okay. So 17 divided by, you get 8.5. Did you get a decimal? I told you. Every question from now on here, you have to get a decimal. Okay. 1 second. 8.5. What's step number 2? Exactly. Take this number only. So take this number and multiply it by the denominator, which is 2. 8 times 2 is what? 16. You gave out $16. How much money did you have on you originally? $17. Take away $16 is $1. So basically what? 17 over 2 is what? Is 8. Is 8 and 1 over 2. Look, everyone. The number is 8. The remainder is 1. The denominator is the same as the old denominator, which is what? Which is 2. A, B, C. How can you check your answer? You can check your answer, everyone. You can check your answer by doing the what? The A, B, C. And if you do it, you're going to get back 17 over 2. Let's do the next one. Let's do the next one. All right. Step number 1 says, divide this guy, everyone, eyes up here. Divide this guy by this guy. 67 divided by 4 is 16.75. Okay. This is the number I take. This 16, not 6, not 1, 16. You take 16, and we said you multiply it by what? You multiply by the denominator, which is 4. 16 times 4 is how much? 64. What does that mean? I had $67 on me, and I ended up giving everyone together $64. How much money do I get to keep? I get to keep 67, take away what everyone took from me together, took out 64, which means I get to keep what? $3. That's what this means. Every one of you got $16, and I got to keep $3, okay, after dividing it by 4. So you know what? I want you to do this, everyone. Everyone, I want you to write. Let's actually label all of these numbers. I want you to say this, everyone. This is what? Original money. Original money. Or original cash. Let's say just original dollar. What about the 2? 2 is just the what? Number of people. Number sign. Number of people. Okay. Now let's look at the 8.5. Let's look at the 8.5. 8 is what? 8 is the 8 is your money. Your money. By your, I mean your own, not everyone's. Your money. Your money. And 1 is what is left over. Is there a need to label the two again? No, because it's the same number. It's still the number of people. All right, let's label this one again. 67 is what? 67 is the original money. You're dividing it by 4 people, so that's the number of people. What does that mean? Each person gets $16, so that's your money. Your money. And 3 is the what? Left over. Left over. Okay, let's do the next one. What's the original money in this case? $306. So apparently I have I'm the distributor. I have $306 on me. And for some reason, I want to give it to 7 people equally. 7 people. That means 306 divided by 7 gets you 43.7. You take that 43 and you multiply it by this 7. So that means what? You end up giving $301. Well, you originally had 306. So that means what? You get to keep back $5. $5. Yep. So 43 is the what? 43 is your money after division. 5 is the leftover for the distributor. That's it. See, you see why this is what I don't want to say harder, but definitely a much more longer process, because you have to do a lot of steps. Over there, you didn't have to do much. You just had to label A, B, C and just plug them into the equation. And within a couple of lines, you were done. Here, you kind of have to do something. Take that result, put it somewhere else, and so on. Okay? All right. Flip the page, everyone. And let's do 3 problems of the bottom table, of the second table. All right. Anyone still copying? Yes, Max. Go ahead. It sure can. Are you talking about, for example, can I put like negative 43.57? Yes, absolutely. We're not gonna do it much here in this course, but in general, you could say what I have lost. I have in the stock market 8.5. Well, no one loses $8.5. 8.5, for example. That means what? When you put it in a Google sheet, you're gonna have to put a negative sign before it. What's up? Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me just do it. Cynthia, what's up? Sure. Okay. So, okay, you know what? Let's take the same one that Max just mentioned. So I'm gonna go to the second page and take up this one. So, okay, everyone, I gotta take up this one. What else should I take? You know what? I'll take the big numbers, and I will give you a chance to do the homework with the smaller numbers. So I'm gonna do this one, and this one. Okay. Okay, everyone. What is step number 1? Step number 1. Raise your hand if you know it. Step number 1. Sarah, go ahead. Thank you. So, all right. So I will divide. 21 divided by 8. Okay. Equal. Let me see what the answer is. 21. 2.625. Okay. Who's got my second step? Julie. Uh-huh. Go ahead, take your time. Yes. So you multiply the 2 by the what? Yeah, you multiply. Okay, everyone. So just to recap, once you know this number, you really never need this number anymore. You just need this guy. So you multiply this one by this one. So my second step is 2 times 8 equals how much? 16. Okay, hold on. Before you keep going, what does this mean? You had $21 on you. You ended up giving how much of it? That's the whole idea. I had $21. I needed to give it to 8 people. The only way I could give it properly to 8 people is to give all of them together 16. How? $2 per person times 8 persons or people. 16. How much do I get to keep? If I had 21 on me and I gave out 16, what did you do wrong? I'm interested to know. 6 and nothing. Oh, okay. Which gives you what? 48. And when you subtract it, which means that's more money than you have on you to offer anyway. Perfect. It makes perfect sense when you think of it in money. So can someone tell me how much money do I get to keep on me? $5. 21 on me, 16 given away. I get to keep 5. So 21 minus 16 is equal to 5. So now everyone, I want you to write actually this one here. Let's actually be organized and label everything. So I want you to write here, this is my remainder. Remainder. By the way, not reminder, remainder. One of the common spelling mistakes. Remainder. Okay. So that means 21 over 8 is equal to what? How much does each person get? 2. How much do you get to keep? And what's the denominator that never changes? Because the number of people is the same number of people. Okay? By the way, just in case you're interested, what if you wanted to give people decimals? That also answers the question. Okay, everyone, look. If you have $21 and you want to give it all, like not keep anything to yourself, to 8 people, then you should get each person $2 and 5/8 of a dollar. Or basically what? $2 and 62 and a half cents. That's if you want to give them decimals. But the whole idea here is not to give them decimals. So you give each person 2 and you get to keep 5. That's it. All right? Let's do this one, and I'm gonna keep both of them on the same screen to show you that it's exactly the same amount of work. Yep, 15. Not. Mhm. Okay, 1 second. So $116 somehow given to what? Given to 15 people. So 116 divide by 15. So how much of this do you show me? I honestly, I really don't care. You can even give me 1 decimal because all we care about is the first number anyway. I don't care if this was an infinite number or a small number. So I'm gonna say 7.73, which is what? Why 15? Because you have 15 people to give to. So think about it. You're giving each person $7, and you've got 15 people to get that $7 to. So as you said, yep. So 7. What does that mean? That's the amount of money you completely gave out. How much money do you get to keep yourself? My money, given money. What do? You always subtract. Speaking of that, actually, I'm glad that Max, I'm glad that you did the mistake you did. Because now you know that you have a logical check always to go to. If this number, the money you gave away, happens to be more than the amount that you start with, go back. So always remember, this number, the amount of money you gave, must be less than the amount of money you had in the first place. 16 is less than 21. 105 is less than 116. So the amount of money that you get to keep is 116 subtract 105, which is $11. Yep. So that's my remainder. Yep. Let me just yes. So the answer is, or the final answer, sorry, is the so final answer is 116 divided by 15 is how much does each person get? 7. And how much do you get to keep? You got it. Over 15. Oh, by the way, listen, everyone, eyes on the screen. I gave you, Sarah, I gave you another. It's okay. I gave you another website. This website does the reverse, though. They're good to check. There we go. So we did 116 over 15 people. All right. Let's see if we get what? 7 and 11 over 15. We will get that for sure. 7 and 11 over 15. I don't. I think I remember how. I think I remember. You know what commercial? Even up to like, actually, even till now, for the last. No, for the last for the last 3 or 4 years, I'm just walking down the street and I'm humming the song to Mini Wheats. Mini Wheats. Like, why is this in my head? By the way, I've never had Mini Wheats. Never, not one. I don't. Maybe once. I don't even remember if it happened. But for some reason, it just comes in. Like I could be talking to someone seriously, or about to go to sleep, and it's many weeks. And it's not just the words; it's the song. That is, you know what? That actually is true. Okay, come on. Last one. We will once we're done. Yes. That's fine. Don't change your answer. Let's actually go through it. Wait a minute. 1, 5. Yeah, we're doing 64. Yeah. Sure. So 156. Sorry, $1,564 somehow given to 132 people gives you 1564 divided by 132. Wow. Oh, you know what? Interesting. Look how it repeats. 84, 84, 84, 84, 84 forever. But at least we just need a couple of decimals. Okay. What number of those are we gonna take? Yes. So I'm gonna underline it, and I'm gonna go 11. So so $11, $11 each given, or sorry, given to each of 132 people. So let's see how much money you ended up giving. Yep. So you gave out fully after you distributed all the money 1,452. How much money do you get to keep to yourself? How much money do you get to keep to you? Nope. Remember, 132 is the number of people you're giving the money to. How much money? How much? No, remember. Look, you subtract this guy. This is how much money you had in the past. This is how much money you gave away. So that means the money you get to keep is 1,564. Take away the 1,452. Now, how much is that? That's 112. That's how much you get to keep. I don't have enough space, so I'm just going to write it here. Remainder. Move it. There we go. Remainder. Remainder. So what's the answer? 1,564 over 132 people equals. How much did each person get? Each person. Come on, people. Each person. How much did they get? 11. Look, $11. How much do you get to keep? 112. That's what's meant by remainder in your pocket. And you still have to give, or you still gave it. You don't have to give anymore. You already did. 132. Okay? That's how it goes.